Hey guys! Okay, so in the wake of my septum piercings 101 video, which turned out to be pretty successful, and I think everyone who's ever watched and commented on it, you guys are awesome, I've decided to kind of make my channel more of a mainstream piercing, tattoo, hair color, body modification, general type channel. So this video, I don't know if you can tell, but I actually got my ear pierced, got my snug done 6 days ago today. Last Saturday at a place called the Red House in Depew, New York. If you've heard of it, awesome. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience. It is my first cartilage piercing. It's actually my first ear piercing, which is pretty weird because a lot of people start off by getting their ears pierced. At least I feel like that's kind of logical, but not to me. And actually my septum is flipped up right now. I'm not really sure why. It's a private moment, but I'm sharing it with you anyway. There we go. So, I'm going to post a video once a week, maybe bi-weekly, to kind of update you on how my ear is healing, so you can kind of go along with me and I can show you my aftercare process. So if you got your ear done, or if you're thinking of getting your ear done, whether it's your helix, your rook, your conch, your snug, your earlobe, your tragus, your antitragus, your orbital, your industrial, whatever it is, the aftercare process is generally the same, so I'm going to show you what I do. It's still a little bit tender. I don't know if you can see, and I don't know how close I am to the camera, but on the inside there, around the ball, there's dried blood. It's been like that for a few days now. That's to be expected, so if you just got an ear piercing like I did, expect it to bleed a little bit. That's totally normal. Other than that, my ear is pretty swollen right now. Not the entire ear, just this part. If you look at my other ear, it's obviously not as bad, and I couldn't actually tell. It's a little discolored up here, but you know, that's also to be expected, so any discoloration is not abnormal. It's totally fine. You're doing okay. The cartilage, because there's that extra cartilage factor instead of just skin, takes 6 to 9 months to heal, and that goes for any cartilage piercing, so they're kind of a bitch and a half. So it's going to be a long time for it to fully heal. So I don't want to irritate it because it's going to take so long to fully heal. The house phone's ringing. Shit. I don't feel like getting it, so I'm not going to. So I am going to show you guys really quickly how to take care of a cartilage or any kind of ear piercing. This is a bag of sea salts. This is what they give you when you get any kind of new piercing, cartilage piercing, because sometimes they give you the H2 Ocean sea salt spray mix, spray stuff. Yeah. I don't know how much exactly is in this bag, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to use all of it during the healing process anyway. The general rule is, after you get your cartilage pierced, you want to clean it for 2 weeks straight right afterwards, every day. So that's 14 days after you get it pierced. And the little directions are actually right on the label, which is handy. It says dissolve 1/4 teaspoon in 8 ounces warm distilled or bottled water. 1/4 of a teaspoon is pretty tiny, and teaspoons alone are tiny, so obviously you're not going to like pour into a teaspoon and then be like, oh, let's see, what's 1/4 of this? No, you don't have to do that. My piercer recommended just take a little pinch. So what I do is I open the bag and I pour it just a little bit like that into a cup. That's the second thing you need, is a little disposable paper cup, like one of these. You're going to fill this as high as you can with warm water. You're going to pour just a tiny bit of this in. Maybe stir it with your finger, or go get a spoon or a toothpick or something, anything to stir it. Make sure it's dissolved. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do this. Obviously hold it over the sink first, because if the cup is full to the top with water and you stick your ear in it, then it's going to overflow, and you don't want to get it all over your carpet or your cat or whatever the hell you have on the floor of your house. So what you're going to do is you're going to do that, and then you're going to carefully stick your ear in like this, hold it over the sink, and just kind of, I know this is an awkward position because it's hard for me to stay like this and talk at the same time and concentrate, but I think I'm doing pretty well. You're going to hold it like this for 10 minutes, and I know that's a lot, but the thing with cartilage piercings is because they take so long to heal, the longer you do a sea salt soak, the better it is. So that's what you want to do once in the morning and once at night. Now, my piercing experience was quite not as bad as I expected, but that's a general rule of thumb whenever you get pierced anywhere. It's always better than you expect, and I can tell you this from experience. It was just like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. It hurt. I heard the crackling of my cartilage, but once he put the jewelry in, the pain was almost gone. It was sore a little bit for the rest of the day, and then it was fine after that. Now, something you have to look out for when you have a cartilage piercing or an ear piercing, you cannot sleep on that side of your body. Now, some people are able to, but it's not recommended by a piercer, not recommended by me. There have been a couple days, a couple nights where I've tried to sleep on that side and it just doesn't work because as soon as I lay my head down, it's sore and I don't want to be sleeping. And I move around a lot in my sleep, so I don't want to wake up with like my ear bleeding or throbbing, or I just don't want to cause any more harm than need be on my ear while it's still healing especially. So I sleep on my right side, and I'm going to tell you now, it is difficult to stay on one side. If you have no trouble sleeping in one single position for the entire night, even while you're asleep, then good for you, that's awesome, especially in this case. But for me, someone who moves around and flails and dreams crazily and does all kinds of stuff in his sleep, it was not a good idea to do this, especially because it was kind of on impulse. Not that I have regrets, but I'm just saying, the thing is, I don't know if this is a universal thing or if it's just me. After sleeping on my right side for the entire night straight, and I wake up, I feel my stomach feels a little weird. I don't know if it's because everything's kind of on one side. I don't know. So if anyone else out there has had this problem, please tell me so I know I'm not alone. My main concern, other than the whole sleeping thing, was that I wasn't going to be able to put my headphone in on this side, and I hate having just one headphone that's in or that's working because it's just a bad balance when you're trying to listen to music. Luckily for me, the same night that I got my piercing, the earbud slipped right in. I had to be careful, but it got in there and it was okay. So I haven't had any trouble with that, but I do recommend if you have headphones that go over your head, like the old style, and that cover your ears, use those as long as they don't kind of squeeze your ears, because that can be bad. You'd be putting pressure on a fresh wound, and who wants that, right? Now, another thing I want to talk about in this video, a couple people have told me when you get cartilage piercings, the most unsettling thing is hearing the cartilage crack. Now, I can tell you what it's like. For me personally, it wasn't unsettling at all because it's not like a huge crack. It's really not. It's a small sound. Cartilage is not some hard glass type substance. It's not going to be like, no, it's not like that at all. It's really quick. You don't hear much. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say. I don't think there is because it's already long enough. So, I hope this was very helpful. If you have any questions at all, any comments, any requests, post it below, send me a message, add me as a friend. I add almost everybody. I don't restrict my YouTube friends to just people that I know personally because I don't know too many people in real life who have YouTube accounts. I know a couple of them. Subscribe, leave a comment, leave a video response. That would be pretty awesome. Said there's going to be more videos like this in the future.